guys, so today I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I just wanted to sit down and film a very quick, because I gotta leave in like literally 15-20 minutes, and I just want to talk about kind of my college experience. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I'm thinking I can bust it out real quick because it's been like a story that has been on my heart that I wanted to just kind of share for a while, and I've just been thinking a lot about it. I'm a little bit stuffy. Sorry if you can like tell, and I know my glasses are kind of annoying, the glare or whatever, but I just wanted to wear them, so sorry. But so we are talking today about like how I chose my college that I'm going to, and like the process that I went through to get there. I did not have the easiest experience figuring out what I wanted to do with my life during my senior year. Like senior year was amazing, but at the same time it was like a little bit of a struggle because I was so stressed about figuring out what I wanted to do with my life. I just kept thinking like my whole high school career, you know, like it'll just work itself out, and then it just never really did for a while. But I finally figured it out. A little late, but you know, it's okay because we'll get into that later. I really want to start from like the beginning. So basically when I was a kid, I always thought that I was going to be a teacher. Like for a long time I just always thought I'll be a teacher, and then in like junior high-ish, I'd say I kind of realized that I'm not passionate about teaching at all, and that's just not me, and so I wasn't going to be a teacher. I have a lot of friends that are doing that, and that's really awesome. Like, I think it's so awesome when people have that passion, but that is not my passion. Then I thought, you know, in junior high, I just kind of told everyone, probably beginning of high school too, just told everyone I'm gonna major in graphic arts because I like media. I got more into YouTube, you know, in high school, and I always have done stuff for my church, like make videos and design graphics and all that kind of stuff. I've always liked digital design, and I've always liked photography and videography, so I just thought I would go into that area. So like forever, that's what I thought. Like when I was applying to schools, I was applying, well, I actually kind of changed a little bit, and my major was going to be more so in the film area. I decided that's where what I love the most was making videos, hence this channel. Definitely not as practical as probably majoring in graphic arts. I've never been a very practical person. Throughout my college choosing experience, my senior year, I was never thinking like totally practically. I was just thinking, this is what I'm passionate about, and this is what I want to do with my life, as I wanted to work in an area where I was passionate because that just made sense to me. I've never really been thinking about like what I'm gonna do after college. You know, I've just kind of been taking one step at a time. It's just really, it was a lot for me to like think about all at once. I toured a couple of schools. I didn't have time to do much because like during the spring is musical season, and then it's choir contest season, and then it's senior stuff, and then it's graduation, so I just didn't have very much time at all. And so I only got to tour a couple of schools, and I liked them okay, but everything was just so expensive, and I was just feeling really overwhelmed by the money issue. So I kind of just like shut down on the whole college thing, to be honest, because I was just stressed, and like I was like, I don't even know. We toured an esthetician school, and which is, if you don't know, makeup and skincare and waxing and all that kind of stuff. And when I say skincare, I mean like peels and facials and all that kind of stuff, and it's really quite neat and cool and interesting. So we toured an esthetician school, and then I was like, it's fast, it won't even take me a year to complete, and it's not as expensive as college, not nearly as expensive as college, and I can jump like right into a career, and I love makeup, and it's something I'm very passionate about. And so I decided on this basically like the end of my senior year, and it was what I was settled on for summer, but for some reason I just never felt steady in my decision. I always felt like nervous, and I didn't really know why. I just always felt nervous. Even though I love makeup and I love like all that stuff, I was really excited about it, and I still like do makeup, and I like as a little freelance whatever, and I only do videos on freelance like makeup stuff, that yeah, stay tuned. But I just never felt settled. I always felt nervous because I felt like I was just jumping straight into like adulthood. I was just like, this is weird. Like I didn't expect my life to go this way. I always thought I was going to go to college and you know, be at a university for 4 years. That's just what I always thought. I thought it would just fall into place, but it never fell into place. And then in August, when I was following, you know, a couple of schools like on Instagram and Twitter and that kind of stuff, and GCU, Grand Canyon University, was posting a bunch of stuff about like how Welcome Week is coming up and all this stuff. It was like 2 weeks from Welcome Week, and they were just posting like counting down to Welcome Week. And then I was kind of getting like a little bit sad. Just felt like uneasy about the whole situation, and I was just kind of like sad that I wasn't going to get to be a part of that, because that was always kind of my dream. My junior year, I was at a Ring Collective concert, and Ring Collective records at GCU with their worship arts students. They use their recording studio, and so at a Ring Collective concert, they had like a little GCU trailer, and that was the first time that I heard about GCU. And when I first saw it, I was like, that doesn't even look like college. Like, that looks like a church camp for school. Like, it didn't even look like a college, and I'd never seen anything like it. And so I was like really interested, and that school always kind of stuck in the back of my mind. And so when senior year came around, I had no idea where I wanted to apply. I just kind of was like picking random schools, to be honest. Schools that I thought had good like digital media departments, those kinds of things, but like I didn't have any schools in mind. Except for GCU, I was like, hey, I want to apply to that school. I want to apply to GCU. And so then, like, as senior year went on, you know, I was like, I don't know, because I had applied to just schools in my area and in my, like, state, and then one random school out in Phoenix, Arizona. And so I was like, I don't even know. I had to go back and tell you that. In August, I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. GCU just really stuck out to me, and we had kind of already told them no. But then we decided to go ahead and call them back up, because I was kind of talking to my parents, and they could tell that I was uneasy about my decision. But they're just kind of like, don't like give up on something that you are really, you know, passionate about and like want to do. So we called GCU back up, like my admissions advisor that I had been working with, and basically I would have to pick up and leave and everything, and like enroll in everything in 2 weeks, and move out of state, hours and hours away from all my family. And I never have done anything of the sort, and I'm a very like home and family person. I kind of freaked out, because for 2 days, literally for 2 days, all I could think about was like GCU, and if I'm going to move there in 2 weeks, or if I'm going to wait a whole year. Like, it was like this big dilemma, and I freaked out for like 2 days, and I was just like crying. I was like literally a mess for 2 days, and I was just very like disconnected from my friends. Like, I didn't even like talk to anyone for like 2 days. I was like stressed. But basically my advisor was kind of pushing me a little bit to move out there, so that wasn't helping, because I was stressed that like if I went to a community college, which was like my other option besides moving out there, like going to a community college, taking classes, like I was stressed that like none of it was going to transfer. I would just be wasting my time, and then I would be like a year behind in college. That's kind of the vibe I was getting from my advisor. We decided that I either was going to wait a semester and go to community college, or wait a whole year. There was just no way. I couldn't spring that on my family. Honestly, they didn't really have an idea that I was considering this school, and like I said, I'm a very family person, and like they wouldn't have wanted me to move away like that quickly. And I know it's like my decision, but like I consider the feelings and the whatever. Like, my family has put so much into my life, and like I'm not gonna just not even care about what they think. So we decided that moving in 2 weeks was just not a good idea. Like, it was not smart. I decided a little bit too late that I was going to GCU, but at the same time, it was in God's time, and I can see how it was good that I did stay here for a year, and I'm going to explain that more. Basically, we just kind of left it off there, and I didn't really like talk to my advisor very much. I just went to community college, and I picked up a couple of random classes, and only like 2 that I knew that I for sure needed, but like my community college advisor didn't know anything because it was like an out-of-state school. So basically I just kind of like randomly started community college, and I literally enrolled like a week before school started. But I was so glad to be back like to be going to a school and doing like schoolwork. And I know like esthetician school and all that stuff has schoolwork, but it's just like different. I'm used to this kind of schoolwork. So it felt good and I was really happy with my decision. And then like a few months into the semester, or maybe just like a month or something, I got a message from a new advisor, and don't even know how that worked out, but got a message from a new advisor who was like wanting to help me with this process. And literally I don't know how I could have done all this stuff in 2 weeks, because I'm still like, it's May and I'm still working on stuff to transfer out to GCU next fall. Like, there's been so many steps and so much stuff to go through, and how to enroll and all this stuff, and like I would not have been emotionally prepared at all. Like, I've had this whole year to emotionally prepare, and it's still not going to be easy for me to move away from my friends and my family and my church and just everything that is here and I'm so used to. I went a semester at community college, and then I found out that my AP tests were going to transfer in as like a whole semester worth of credits. GCU is so good about AP tests, if you're wondering, because like a lot of schools are super stingy. Like, it's like, no, you have to have a 5 on this test or it won't count for anything. Like, no, I just got passing scores, and GCU took like more. Like, I had 3 tests and they covered 4 classes, and I just got passing scores. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And so I ended up not needing to go to community college for another semester, so I saved a ton of money, because literally I had like 24, 28 credits, and I only went to community college for 1 semester. So I've saved a ton of money by laying out this year, and I just think that's really awesome. And then I'm pretty much done with general education credits, because my major doesn't need very many. And so then I'm just gonna pack all the rest of the stuff into 3 years, and I'm still gonna graduate on time, like, not like on time, but like within 4 years after high school. So like, that really excites me. So I have been able to work basically full time ever since the end of last semester, and so that has just been so great. And like, it's been hard, I'm not gonna lie, it has been hard, because I'm not used to working that much, but it's just been so great to work my way to GCU this way, and I feel very productive, and I don't feel like I don't even like jumping out on a limb. I feel kind of more like solid and prepared, and like, so also in the middle of first semester I decided to change my major. Totally not practical, like, to be honest, like kind of practical, but like not. I am going to school to be a worship leader. I wanted to further explain, I'm saying here that it's not practical like in the world, but to me it's like in the end I'm going to be up in heaven with Jesus. And so to me, when I'm viewing like what I want to do with my life, like this just seemed practical for me, and just like my walk with the Lord, and like it just made sense to me, because I just feel like in the end, you know, I'm going to be wanting to do what brings him glory for me in my life. And so that is just what this meant for me, is that I feel like this is what God has called me to do, and I just feel like, you know, it's what he wants me to do. And so I do believe that it is like practical for me, but I just know that in the eyes of a lot of people, like, this isn't practical, which totally makes sense, and like it's just not like an everyday thing. So I totally get it, but yeah, I just want to insert that. Which most people will be like, well, why are you doing that? And well, why? Because I realized back in my senior year, when I was like in musical and doing all this stuff with choir, like choir was like my whole life in high school. That's all I cared about, that's all I did. I didn't even care about schoolwork that much, to be honest. After musical, I was Marion Prue in The Music Man, so that's like the female lead, and it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life, but I'm not going to get into that. And just everybody at the end was just like, tell me you're going to school for music, and I'd be like, I don't know. But that just kind of stuck in my head, and I just was kind of like feeling like God has given, like, I feel like no matter what, like when I went a semester without choir or anything like that, like I was like, I can't live without choir in my life, I can't live without music in my life. But I knew I didn't want to major in vocal performance, because I just didn't see like myself doing that in my life. I didn't see myself like traveling like on Broadway or any of, like, I've never really had that dream or like desire. But I knew that like my happiest place, singing and worshiping God and just being in my church, like being on my worship team is like my favorite thing. Just kind of decided that God has given me this gift, and this gift is what, like, besides God has always been there for me, you know, just all throughout life. No matter how I, you know, am feeling, like, music has just always been there for me. It's always been my outlet since I was just a little teeny baby. Like, it's always been my outlet and my passion. And so I decided that I needed to pursue it because that's the only thing that, like, I know how to pursue. You know what I mean? Like, that is just like, that's me. It's just like, it's me. You know, I wasn't quite positive on like where it's going to take me after college, and you know, I assume I'm going to be working in the church, but I don't know where. I don't know. I might be like on a Christian music tour. I have no idea. I'm not trying to think highly of myself. I'm just trying to think big things. I don't know. But I just know that that's where my heart like feels led, and I don't know. I've always been so interested in the worship arts program at GCU, and I just think it's so amazing, and it had like a brand new studio, and it's just so amazing. Like, literally once a week you get together and you worship with other worship arts students for 2 hours, and like you write songs and you collaborate, and like that is just so cool to me. Like, it's such a small little like community at GCU. I just always thought that would be such a cool thing to be a part of, and to record with Ren Collective, like, okay. Ren Collective is like my favorite Christian band. Them and Bethel, favorites. So that is what I have landed on, and that is what I've been working towards this whole year. And so that is why my YouTube channel has been slacking just a little bit, because I have been like working full time. But I feel like I've done pretty well for how much I've been working and everything. And speaking of, gotta head out. But I just wanted to sit down and film this video, you know, because I thought, like, I think that hearing a video like this would have been nice to hear, like, when I was having a really hard time figuring out what I wanted to do, and I didn't figure it out till like August. So sit tight, you know, and things will work themselves out. I even changed my major like halfway through first semester, like just decided what I wanted to do was different than what I was thinking at first, and just like I went through like 3 different majors for GCU. So like, just don't worry, just like, you got this, you know? It will all come eventually. And like, I just kept thinking, like, when is it gonna fall into place? When is it gonna fall into place? And it just kind of finally did, and I'm just really excited. I decided that I just needed to do it, you know? If I'm gonna do this, like, I want this experience. I want, like, going to college. I want living in a dorm. I just feel like I should do that now, because, like, you're only fresh out of high school once in your life, you know what I mean? So I'm really excited for the fall. I'm so excited to make, like, college videos and, like, college vlogs. Oh my gosh, go subscribe to my vlog channel, because I'm almost more excited for that than like college videos. But like, I already have stuff for my dorm, like decor and stuff, and I cannot wait to show you guys. I'm gonna do a haul and everything, and I'm just so excited. So stay tuned, hit the subscribe button down below. I'm very content with where my life is headed, and I'm nervous, but I'm content, and I'm excited, and I'm trusting God. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my college experience, applying for colleges, all that kind of stuff. And if you'd like to hear anything else, like, you can leave me questions down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!